Yo, what's good guys, VENM Fire here, back in the video, and today I'm going to be showing you guys Dcroft's full gun U-trips offense. So obviously, these are all his setup, all credit goes to him for these offensive setups. I will leave his Twitch linked down below in the description. I don't think he's streaming right now because of clubs, but again, depending on when you watch this video, I do think he streams on Twitch. I'll leave that down below in the description. So, gun U-trips. It's a really good offense. We're going to be focused on beating a little bit of zone coverage today. Some of these setups do beat man as well, but we're going to be more centered around zone coverage, cover 3, cover 2. There's some nice cover 3 beaters that obviously if you watch the game, you know we'll be giving you guys those setups as well as some other nice stuff. So gun U-trips only in the Patriots playbook, very unique formation. A couple of abilities you want. I recommend getting the backfield master. You get the extra hot routes. It's not necessarily needed for the scheme, but it is very nice to have for a couple of these setups. An ability you do need is the slot apprentice ability. So I obviously traded these two players over to the Lions. We got Adam Thielen. He has slot apprentice. It's very important to be able to throw him on corner routes, post routes. So make sure that you do have that ability if you're running this in Ultimate Team. The other thing I did is I went to the fullback wing package. This is more so needed probably in regs rather than Ultimate Team. In Ultimate Team, if you can get like an 88 speed tight end, you'll be good. But for regs, Lions don't have a fast tight end, so I went to the fullback wing package, and then in my lineup screen, just simply subbed a fullback or a running back in at my starting fullback spot. And there we go. We got DeAndre Swift, 88 speed, good to go. So again, 88 speed and above, you will be golden. So we'll start out with a cover 3 beater. It's going to be the one to the tight end. And we're going to be running this out of the Pats slot out. So you see the tight end, he's on that little post route, very deep, and it gets really well over the cover 3 zone. So again, come out in that. Make sure that you do run your trips on the wide side. And one last personnel thing I forgot to mention, sorry I'm talking for very long, is that you do want a very quick receiver right here in the slot. Jamal Agnew, 93 speed, he will do just fine there. So again, Pat slot out is the first player we are running. This beats cover 3, so I'll just call it a stock nickel 245 cover 3. So coming out in the play, what our setup is going to be is first things first, we're going to block our running back. We need protection for a long one-play TD. Block your running back. What you're going to do next is throw this player right here, Thielen. We have slot apprentice. He is in the slot, so we can throw him on a corner, post those 4 extra hot routes. You're going to throw him on a corner route. So right off the bat, really good cover 3 beating concept is a deep post over the top of a corner route. Corner routes pull down outside thirds. But really the trick is going to be pulling down the inside third with a post route. So we're going to leave this backside post with Galladay. And then what you're going to do, throw RB on a drag route, and then you can just motion him over. Again, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chop block so that I can actually slide over to that left side. And you will notice, take a look at just Swift. He's going to get over the top of Justin Simmons right there, and he will ultimately be getting wide open. He's going to fall back, and then he can pass lead up the field. So again, it looks like it wouldn't be open because it is kind of a slower developing route. And sometimes if that safety is out of position, so if that cover 3 safety was coming from the right, this might be open just on its own. But because I did that motion, you see Justin Simmons, he's already kind of in the middle of the field. We have to wait for that post route to pull him down. So again, I'll go over the setup. Just block your running back, put X on a corner route, put RB on a backside drag, and then again, you can motion him over. Honestly, I could just leave him right here, throw him on like whatever. But really, if it gets usered, if he deep halves, if he does whatever you want, like a backside corner, post, and then drag. So again, I'm going to roll out, wait for Simmons to come down, and then I can pass lead up the field. So it's important that I'm not pass leading to the left or the outside. In that case, I have to pass lead up so that doesn't get intercepted. And obviously in Ultimate Team, I could even throw like a Raheem Mostert here, someone really fast. So 88 speed wouldn't necessarily be the max. I'll show it again here. X on a corner, RB on a drag, block your running back again. Gunslinger obviously does help for this. I am using Stafford. He doesn't have Gunslinger, but he has really nice throw power also. And again, right there, sometimes it doesn't necessarily get open. We got a really lucky catch animation, but be careful. If that outside third does sort of run up, you don't throw an interception, and that's where you got a high-low read of the drag and the post. So we'll move on to our next play, curl flats. Now, I actually forgot to talk about my audibles, but here's a look at what I like to have in the audibles. Pat slot out, 5-6 trap, tight end whip, and curl flats. And really with this X audible, you could do whatever. I could have Pat's Y out, Pat's drag wheel, PA fork, and halfback slugo. We'll move on, curl flats. Got just a couple of setups with this. What you're going to do with our first setup is it's going to be a little max protect setup. So you're just going to max protect, throw X on a corner, and then I like to motion over B, throw him on a backside slant. Just like this. Really nice man beater also, because you got the corner route, slant route, backside drag. So I can just throw this slant route. Sometimes the post route will be more open. You will want to take that. Again, set up, max protect, X on a corner, not a slant, and then B on the backside slant. So simple, really good against man coverage. That post route just stock is very nice to have, and you see I can low ball it against zone, and that's without gunslinger. You see, even with the slower releases, I'm able to get that ball off and get the completion. So also something you could do if you wanted is I could just leave Kamara on his route. That little flat route could help with the high-low read with the corner route and the flat. We'll move on to our next setup. What you're going to do, similarly, you're just going to block your running back, but this time we're going to throw A on a little out route. You'll see that a lot throughout the video. Likes to throw that tight end on an out route. So you'll put him on an out, put X on a hitch, and then again, you're going to throw B on a slant. It looks like this. This is, again, more of a shorter type throw. You're looking into the flats a lot and making sure that he is not ignoring them. And then you can go like this. Still throw the post or the slant. That time, got a weird throw trajectory, but usually you would want to lowball that. Again, X on a hitch, A on an out, B on a slant. Should have motioned the wrong player. But yeah, again, this is a decent man beater. I could throw maybe X on a zig if I wanted another added man coverage beater, but again, pretty solid. You got a little nice hitch route that gets in between zones nicely. I could snap the ball a little bit earlier also like this. And then look at the slant route, wide open. Also had the out route open. So again, a lot of good zone setups. I've noticed a lot of people running a little bit more zone lately, so hopefully this will carry over. Moving on to our next play, we got another cover 3 beater, but I'm actually going to switch my defenses because this one is going to be very important that you don't get bumped. So what Dcroft did, and it's very important, is that the slot receiver can't get bumped. So it's going to only work against specific defenses. Obviously is annoying, but something you have to deal with. The play you're going to run is going to be tight end whip, and you can really run it out of any play. I could run it out of Pat's Y out. Really any play that has a stock post route, and you can actually audible with this. But really, you can just run it out of tight end whip. It's in your audibles. And here, let's just run this 4-3 even 6-1 cover 3 because I know that the slot receiver doesn't get bumped. Usually he doesn't, but against certain like nickel formations, the curl flats actually bump the slot receiver. It's pretty annoying. Not too common though. So what you're going to do with this cover 3 beater, and this is the main one he ran, basically the reason he won the game. You're going to put RB on a streak. You're going to put B on a comeback, and then with A, you can either leave him on a zig, or you can throw him on like an out route, block your running back. And then with X, I don't have to do anything X. Personally, when I've ran this, I like to throw X on a post route, get him a little bit crispier, but it ultimately doesn't matter. So this is all I'm going to do. And then again, what I like to do is get a little bit of time. I'm going to try and shot block. The person we're throwing to is obviously Agnew here in the slot. And take a look at the inside third. Again, he's going to fall down on the post route with Thielen, and it's going to open us up. So we're going to snap the ball. We're going to step up here, and then he falls down. You can throw it right over the top of him. So again, you see they kind of messed up zones with the latest couple of patches, and now those outside thirds. I'm not sure if this has always been a thing, but you just notice that he's going to bite down. Here, I'll run it without putting him on that little post route. So again, this is a different setup I could do. If I wanted to kind of quick snap the ball, all I really have to do is streak RB, put B on the comeback, and block my running back. Again, you can throw A on and out or leave him on the zig route. I definitely like the zig a little bit. But again, take a look at Justin Simmons. He has abilities. He's a really high overall safety, one of the best in the game. And again, I'm just going to slide over, and you see he's getting over the top again. You kind of could see why I like the post route that I can throw him on a little bit better than the stock one. I just feel like it's gives us a little bit more real estate. Again, here's the setup, A on and out, RB on a streak. And I could throw A on whatever. I could throw him on like a drag route. I could still throw Y on like a flat, but again, I like the most time to set up my play. Again, the outside third is going to be taken care of by the comeback route. And you see, he's not necessarily completely taken care of, but from the slot, the outside third is not going to be able to take care of that. I'll show you guys the replay just very briefly here. Take a look at just everything. Take a look at Justin Simmons first. He's going to come down. It looks like he's defending it, and then he doesn't even necessarily come down to defend it. He just kind of strafes up and moves over to the side. You see that's enough separation, especially with a fast receiver. Agnew is only 93 speed also, so keep that in mind. And again, this was another one-play touchdown that Gunslinger would help. Stafford does have high throw power, but he doesn't have Gunslinger, so he's not getting the ball off any faster. Over here on the right, you just got Galladay. He's going to occupy the outside third. You see, just enough. And really, even though he doesn't bite down on the comeback, it's not enough to get in range of the streak. So, very good cover 3 beater. And again, that did win him the game. So, very solid, very consistent as well. And again, you can run that out of any play that has that stock post, whatever, Y option wheel, Pat's Y out, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But let's go with another tight end whip setup. What you're going to do, actually, I don't really have another setup, but really you could just use this zig route to your advantage. What I like to do is maybe put A on a curl and then RB on a drag, or RB on like a hitch. Really, I could just do something like this. I could throw them on like a curl, but really, this 10 whip route, you can't get it out of every formation, so you have to use it. I don't really have a specific setup with it, but you could really just create different route combinations. But yeah, that's pretty much it for tight end whip. Obviously, I could still run the play, the setup, without throwing the cover 3 beater. So if it's cover 2, I can throw the whip route. I can throw the comeback route. Just another thing to do. You don't have to throw the cover 3 beater. But we'll move on. We'll go with Pat's Y out now. Now, Pat's Y out, it's going to be, again, one of those plays where there's really only one setup for it. Obviously, you can do whatever you want with these types of plays. But here, let's just go with against cover 2, mix it up. With the setup, what you're going to do is just streak X. You're going to hitch RB, and then you're going to drag A, block your running back. So it's going to look like this. Looks like kind of a weird setup. You're going to motion Galladay from right to left. He's usually the guy we motion, that outside receiver. And obviously, Galladay's not even that fast, so not that effective. But again, a lot of these motion over. You got the corner out on the short side of the field, followed by the drag. Very difficult to defend, forcing your opponent to double flat on that weak side, which is really something that they probably won't want to do. You notice that a lot of times on the trip side, we're throwing A on and out route, so we're kind of forcing them to double flat on both sides. But then some of the setups you have, maybe 2 people in the flats and 2 people in the middle of the field, very difficult for someone to defend on defense. So again, A on a drag, RB on a hitch, X on a streak, block your running back, motion Galladay from right to left, and then just snap the ball like so. Certain cases, maybe, or like certain cover 2s where they're playing a little bit underneath, that can get open. It also can get open late, as you saw, but again, usually you'll end up taking that drag. With RB, I could also maybe throw him on like an in route like this if you wanted. The hitch route sometimes gets defended. Geez, I got hit as I threw again, but yeah, it's pretty much it for Pat's Y out. Decent play. I don't like to run it too much, but it can have success once or twice a game. We'll move on to the Pat's drag wheel. Now, this is a play that Dcroft ran in the red zone, but it also works outside of the red zone. So Pat's drag wheel, maybe more of a red zone play, but it also has success anywhere on the field. So what you want to do is throw RB on a streak, A on an out route, X on a flat, and then Y on this angle route or Texas route. You got the extra hot routes. And again, this is really something I would advise to only do if you have the backfield master. This isn't a play I would really run without it. But then what you're going to do is motion Galladay from right to left again. And look at this curl route. It's like a weird little curl route. When you motion it from right to left, he runs to the outside and then stops. Really nice play for the red zone. And even though it didn't really work for him in that that Kiv game, you can still have success with it. So again, here's a look at the setup. You got Y on the Texas, A on an out route, RB just on a little seam route, so quick read against cover 3, can get open. You motion Galladay over, and then you can throw that low ball curl, or I could throw it to Kamara right here. Sometimes that streak's open. That out route can still be open if they don't hard flat on the right. So overall, just a very solid play. We'll move on. We got PA fork, 2 more plays in the full video. We got PA fork. Looks like a very shot play. I do believe there's a cover 3 beater with this. I'm not going to talk about it right now, but what you're going to do is smart out B. You see he's very deep, just stock, like super deep. So we got smart out him, even though it shows him still like 20 yards, 15 yards on his break. He's going to break a lot shorter, like around 10 yards. But what you're going to do, smart out B, put A on an out route, put X on a corner out, and then put RB on a hitch or a drag. I like to do this drag, and then you can obviously motion him over. So you could keep him on a drag or a hitch. I actually like the hitch a little bit better. So here's a look at my setup. Got a little couple of high-low reads right here. So here I can throw the corner out if I wanted to. On the right side, I got the post route. So again, the real reason that I like the hitch is just because I don't want him to be able to use the out and the drag in the same thing. But obviously that's a setup you could go with. Again, here's a look at it. X on a corner, A on an out, smart out B, put RB on either a drag or a hitch. But again, you're going to motion him over, snap it like this. Here, I'll try to throw B. Gets in a really good spot when you smart out him. Very difficult to defend. You see the hook curl zones don't even really register with him. So again, I'll show it one more time. Smart out B, RB on a drag, A on an out, X on a corner. You know, it's really important to have that slot apprentice throwing him on a corner out a lot of the plays. And he gets open against man coverage. Again, man beater. Galladay, wide open. Even with a terrible pass lead, he's able to get separation. So we got one more play in the video. It's going to be halfback slugo. Again, just a lot of these plays we got one setup for, and obviously there are other setups. I did post a video on this a little bit earlier in the year, and that was a little bit more man coverage beater based, so you can check that out. It is a little bit outdated in my opinion, but it still can carry over. So again, I'll just run a base cover 3 or cover 2. Doesn't matter. Let's just run cover 2. So with halfback slugo, looks kind of weird, but we're going to be doing a lot of hot routes as we have been. So you're going to block your running back again, X on a corner route, A on a drag, and B on an in route. This is one where you don't have to motion, so I can just come to the line, snap the ball, check down. Again, the tight end is very important. You're throwing them on drags, out routes a lot of the time. Again, here's a look at the setup. And again, I like this little sluggo route, that seam route. It gets open against cover 2. We got the throw out of sack, and I'll try to do better with my protection next play, but it splits the cover 2 really well. And obviously this corner route with Thielen does a nice job of carrying Justin Simmons, the free safety in this case, over completely to the left side, which ultimately will open up for that one play touchdown. So I'm going to slide over. Now we got him wide open, and you see weird catch animation, but he was wide open for a touchdown. So that's a nice cover 2 beater. You obviously got the dig, the drag, in the corner, depending on the coverage he plays. But yeah, it's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and peace. I'm out of here.